We have accomplished classical musician, orator, and arts professional Mansi Prasad, who will elaborate and focus on the feminine perspectives in traditional and contemporary music in her conversation with Sandhya Mendonca, presenting her voice, women's stories, and songs.
Good evening, everyone. So happy to be here at the Bengaluru Poetry Festival. So, this songversation is called Her Voice. It's a play on his master's voice, the LP label, but her voice has no master. And sharing the stage with me is a woman who wears many hats. She is a journalist, author, culturepreneur, presenter of the Under the Rain Tree Women's Festival, and through it all carries a very strong feminine and feminist perspective. Please welcome Sandhya Mendonca.
Thank you. Thank you, Manasi. I'm very happy to be here this evening at the Bengaluru Poetry Festival and to be sharing the stage with you. And we've been having so many conversations over the last few years, ever since you performed at the Under the Rain Tree Women's Cultural Festival, and I've been seeing so many of your programs. And it's nice that we are able to collaborate here, and I'm sure it won't be the first time. So, shall we begin with a song?
Sure. Starting with Meera. मोरे तो गिरिधर गोपाल दूसरों न कोई मोरे तो गिरिधर गोपाल दूसरों न कोई तात मात बंधु भ्रात अपना न कोई प्रभु तात मात बंधु भ्रात अपना न कोई प्रभु छाड़ गई कुल की कहानी छाड़ गई कुल की कहानी क्या करेगा कोई मोरे तो गिरिधर गोपाल दूसरों न कोई असुवन जल सींच सींच प्रेम बेल मोई प्रभु असुवन जल सींच सींच प्रेम बेल मोई दासी मीरा प्रभु लगन लागी मेरा प्रभु लगन लागी होनी हो सो होए मोरे तो गिरिधर गोपाल दूसरों न कोई.
That is a beautiful rendering of Meerabai's song. Meera says that she's besotted by Giridhara Gopal. Her love for him has made her forsake her family and her respectability. But you know what I think? That these mystic poets like Meera, Lad, Akka, they've all used God or the various forms of God as a metaphor to break free of societal expectations. They could run naked, they could dance, they could sing, but nobody could point a finger at them because they were mad with devotion. I think that was very resourceful of them.
Sandhya, this reminds me of one of the poems that you've written about these labels that we place on ourselves. Would you like to share that with us?
Sure. So this is something, a verse that I had written some years ago. Does my soul have a gender? The core of me was unnamed until my body was told that it was a woman. Tell me, if man would just let me be, could I just be me and not woman all the time?
That's beautiful. From traditional to contemporary, women's voices in poetry and music are unique because they tell the oftentimes untold stories of women, of their struggles, but also of their hopes and their dreams. Where written history has failed to document the lives of these women, their music and poetry lives on forever. It's almost like they had to write their own history because nobody else would bother to. For me, Morito Giridhara Gopala, Meera's bhajan, is about many ideas that I identify with. On the surface, it is about bhakti, devotion, and shringara, intense love. As an artist, I relate to the song because it talks about the fact that she has this one passion and she's willing to forsake everything for it except that passion that she has. As a woman, it speaks of these relationships. She says, Tat, Mat, Bandhu, Brat, Apna na koi. Father, mother, brother, friend, none of these are truly mine.
You know, there was a time when being a mother was the most important aspect of a woman's life. I was here a little earlier and I heard Mangama Jogati recite a song where this woman is pleading with God to bless her with a child. She says, I'm so tired of this barren life. And it's really painful to see people still suffer like that. But the very concept of motherhood and parenting has changed. And you know, your band Metronome had also done a contemporary take on motherhood, Janani. So I want to know how you reconcile with classical compositions that say a woman is a divine mother.
The beauty and fascination of classical music is that it can be analyzed at many levels. And when it comes to devotional music, it can be analyzed from a religious perspective, from a lyrical perspective, from a musical perspective, but also from a sociological perspective. And I have been trying to relate to these compositions from a feminist perspective as well. So let us take a typical Carnatic music composition. This is Janani Ninnuvina, a Telugu composition by Subbaraya Shastri. And it says, O mother, without you this world is directionless. While he is speaking of the divine mother, when I look at this from the lens of a human mother, I see the burden that is placed on mothers, right? To be like the be-all and the end-all and the know-it-all. But at what cost? She is expected to provide protection, direction, succor, compassion, love, at the cost of losing her own self. So let's reflect perhaps slightly differently as we listen to Janani Ninnuvina, composition of Subbaraya Shastri. Nisa gagama gamani nisa nisa gagama gamagarisa nisa nidama gama pamagarisa Janani Ninnuvina Amba Janani Ninnuvina Dikevaramma Jagamulovana Gana Amba Janani Ninnuvina Manasi Jama Nasa Sammodini నిరవధిక సుఖదాయకియను చువిని నిన్ను చాలగొలిచేతి నిరతముగతనయుని మురలు విని నీ వలనే బ్రుచుటకు ఎవరిగ ధరలు వినుమా ఇది ఘనమ తరుణమిది కృప సలుపుదురు సుదే సరసిరుగలోచని సువాసిని దామసము చేయకనే బ్రోవుము జనని నిన్ను వీణా అంబ జనని.
That's another beautiful composition. You know, the song pleads with the mother to show compassion, to bestow blessings. Truly, the joy that a woman feels when she becomes a mother is indescribable. But there's a world of difference being a parent to a small child and to being placed in the position of a divine mother. I feel men place us on a pedestal which we don't want to be on. We want to get off. We also want to be girls and women who just want to have fun. Don't put this burden of being the divine mother on us.
Amen to
that. Yeah. So I think, we want the freedom. We want to run on the track, or we want to run a bank. We want to dance in the rain. We want to lie down in the grass or not. We don't want to be bending over backwards to trying to fulfill a man's expectation of what a mother should be. What do you say?
Can't agree more.
So tell me, Manasi, how do you react to songs that show women as damsels in distress who need saving?
So I'll respond with a vak by the Kashmiri mystic Laleshwari, or Lal Det as she was known. So here she is saying, I'm like a boat that's adrift at sea, and will he pull me to the bank with a rope of loosely spun thread? I'm like water in unbaked clay that is running to waste. Will I ever reach my home? Let's listen to the poetry and then reflect on what it means for us as women today. Ami pan sodras navi chaslaman katibozi daimyo ditar amentakin pon sanzaman zuchum brahman gar zuchum brahman gar So when I listen to these poets, I see a deep sense of dissatisfaction with their current existence, something I identify with. There is awareness that people will criticize them. Meera says, "Log kahe, Meera ho gayi bawri," right? Jo kahe, so kahe. And there is a sense of wanting to seek liberation, something I identify with. And yet, I also find a deep sense of despondency, where she's saying, I'm not in control of my own destiny. Someone needs to come and save me. Now, that is not something I identify with as a modern woman of today. So how then do I reconcile this dichotomy within myself as an artist interpreting traditional work, but yet existing as a woman today? It is between this sense of identifying yet disagreeing that I must navigate and be true to myself and make peace.
Absolutely. I'm going back to my poem, Does My Soul Have a Gender? I was told I was fragile, so I have to be meek. Vulnerable, so I have to let man protect me. You know, Manasi, the challenge for us women is to unlearn these deeply seated patriarchal beliefs. We should question the construct of femininity and we should own our strength. I want to quote these verses from Poili Sengupta's play, Mangalam. As for women, the gods said, let them be strong rooted like trees, for it is they who shall hold the ends of the world together.
Beautiful. So, when I interpret these works of classical music or bhakti music, I think what we need to take away is this timeless idea that women have strength and power within themselves and it only needs to be discovered. And that certainly is a message that's relevant to all times.
No, and I'm really chuffed that younger artists of the current generation are expressing this so beautifully. I'm reminded of Rupi Kaur's poem, Can You Hear the Women Who Came Before Me? 500,000 voices ringing through my neck, as if this were all a stage built for them. I can't tell which parts of me are me and which parts are them. Can you see them taking over my spirit, shaking out of my limbs, to do everything they couldn't do when they were alive? You know, we are as free and as strong as we are today, thanks to the restless, fearless women who came before us. What my grandmother couldn't do, my mother could do. And what my mother couldn't do, I can do. We must claim equality and empowerment, not keep waiting for people to hand it to us because it's never going to happen, right? We must pass the torch on. If the Summer Olympics in Paris are gender equal, it's because 100 years ago, one woman had that dream and it led to it being a reality 100 years later.
Absolutely. And it is only when we take inspiration from the women who came past and yet pass it on to generations that come in the future. And that is the role of music. That is the role of poetry because it serves as this unbroken thread between the past and the future. And we as artists, as writers, are but a conduit to pass on these ideas, these ideals to future generations. So, I keep going back to the poetry of these women, and Meera is someone that I've always identified with because if you think it's difficult now to liberate yourself from the constraints that society placed on you, let's travel back in time to Meera's time, to Akka's time. She was a princess, wearing a dress of bandhani with probably the most gorgeous jewelry. She was in a household and she had the strength to walk away from it all and say this. Pag ghunghru bandh mera naachi re, pag ghunghru bandh mera naachi re, pag ghunghru bandh mera naachi re. मैं तो अपने नारायण की हो गई आपकी दासी रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मेरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मेरा नाची रे. लोग कहे मेरा हो गई बावरी, लोग कहे मेरा हो गई बावरी, नाथ कहे कुलनाशी रे. The mother-in-law says she is responsible for all the troubles. नाथ कहे कुलनाशी रे, मीरा कहे प्रभु गिरधर नागर, 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 सहज मिले अविनाशी रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे. And finally,
Yes, we have to have our favorite Sharan song
yes,
from Akka.
of course, Akka Mahadevi again, a brave and fearless woman who shed labels, who shed identities, who shed her clothing as a way of rebellion, as a mark of liberation. And I thought it's very appropriate, we thought it is appropriate to end with this song because it talks about a dream. Much like Martin Luther King talked about a dream, but this dream is from centuries ago and still relevant today. She says, I saw a dream. And Akka's dream was of a beautiful green field where there are coconuts and areca nuts and paddy fields. And in the middle of that is standing her idol, Chenna Mallikarjuna. And she, in lust, holds his hand and opens her eyes. What is that dream that each of us has? Maybe there is this alternate reality that sounds absolutely crazy right now, but in our minds it's so real. What is that goal that each of us has for ourselves? And if Meera could do it, if Akka could, if Laleshwari could, if all those brave women could dream and do, what's stopping you? Akka keluva nanundu kanasa kande Akka keluva ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ. ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ, ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ, 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 ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ. ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಅಡಕೆ ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ, ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಅಡಕೆ ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ, ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ, ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಅಡಕೆ ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ, ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ. ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ, ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ, ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ, ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ, ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಜಡೆಗಳ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಜಡೆಗಳ ಸುಳಿಕೊಂಡ ಗೊರವನ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಜಡೆಗಳ ಸುಳಿಕೊಂಡ ಗೊರವನ, ಭಿಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದುದ ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ, 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 ಭಿಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದುದ ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ, ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ, ಕಂಡೇನವ್ವ. ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ, ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸ ಕಂಡೆ. ಮಿತಿ ಮೀರಿ ಹೋಗನ, ಮಿತಿ ಮೀರಿ ಹೋಗನ, ಮಿತಿ ಮೀರಿ ಹೋಗನ, ಮಿತಿ ಮೀರಿ ಹೋಗನ, ಮಿತಿ ಮೀರಿ ಹೋಗನ. ಬೆತ್ತಿ ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿವೆವೋ ಚೆನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ, ಚೆನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ, ಚೆನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ. ಕಂಡು ನಾ ಕಂಡು, ನಾ ಕಂಡು ಕಣ್ತೆರೆದೆ ಕೇಳುವ ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸು ಕಂಡೆ ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕನಸು ಕಂಡೆ 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 ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳುವ ಅಕ್ಕ So with that, we come to the end of this short reflection on her voice. May her voice float free and resound everywhere. Thank you, Sandhya. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you to the Bengaluru Poetry Festival. And if I may, if you would like to see a longer performance piece of her voice, please join us on 13th of September at Bangalore International Centre, where we'll present a full performance showcasing and reflecting on the lives of women in music. Thank you once again.